Welcome to the new moon in Cancer. I've been really looking forward to recording this, guys, where we've been healing mother wounds, father wounds, home, children, family, childhood, our womb, our heart. Cancer is all about the home. It is nostalgia of our childhood, our emotions, our sensitive side, our emotional security, where we were loved, how we give love, our first relationship with our tribe. It's all been coming up to be reviewed, reflected, because Mercury, the planet of communication, is in retrograde. So he's going back over till about the 23rd of July. So we're going to be in a heavy Cancerian review and reflecting. But with this new moon, it's a new start. New moons always want to bring a new start. So let's see what the new start is. Let me get into the tarot. Let me pull 3 cards from my tarot, 3 cards from my Moonology deck, and I'll pull a final card, and I'm going to pick my inner child. See what your inner child, because we're in that mother energy, in that childhood energy. See what the inner child wants to tell us. So let's have a look. Right, shuffled. Let's see. Ooh, now then, this is my void. This is my brand new beginning. This is the new moon. The new moon saying the past is gone, the full moon's been. We're now waxing up to another full moon. So this is a choice point. This is a new beginning. What is in that new beginning is up to you. Now, because we're in Cancer energy, it's emotional. Because we're in the moon of Cancer, it's emotional. What emotions has this cycle? Could have been a year cycle, could have been 10 years, could have been longer. There's some karmic rewards coming in, and it's up to us how we receive them, which is our feminine. Where we've done the work on ourselves, our receptivity, our creativity, nurturing our wounds, nurturing our body. Cancer is the mother energy, it's the womb center, it's where we nourish our body. If you think about the unborn child, it's where that woman, mother, nourishes the unborn child. Where are you nourishing or need to nourish yourself? Where have you learned through a very difficult cycle? That full moon in Capricorn, which is the opposite side of Cancer, showed us that a tough cycle was approaching. I feel with this new moon, you're going to get clarity. Even though Mercury's in retrograde till the 23rd of July, something internal, this is an internal, something internal is going to make sense. It might even be communication that's come in already, with Mercury being in retrograde for the last few weeks, to do with the past, to do with home, children, family dynamics, conflict maybe, where you've had to go to a higher expression and an understanding and a higher perspective, and that's because you've gained some emotional security. What's next? Wheel of Fortune, Jupiter's just left the sign of Cancer, back end of June. And whilst Jupiter was there for 12 months, he was trying to expand your world, your emotions, your sensitivity and your intuition. Because Cancer is ruled by the moon and it's highly intuitive. But where have you been? The hard worker, too busy surviving and disassociated with your intuition, with your heart, with your nurture and slow down. This blank canvas is up to you now. How you move forward. Let's see what else comes in with that one. The moon. Oh, it's not giving me much, is it? The moon. This is about secrets. This is about uncovering our fears. Where we have been in a very fear-based energy of the past repeating itself. So then we react to relationships of all kinds with the same energy, with the same mentality, with the same equal give and take. Because you fear, and you might be holding yourself back when we have an emotional wound and not feeling safe. So this is in whether you had to look at your wounds that's been blocking you from the happy ever after, from that emotional stability, and giving it to yourself, because that's the only person that can heal our wounds is ourselves. Yes, we can have the support externally, but the internal work, that's down to us. It's down to us to reprogram the mind, who keeps us safe, and the ego, and open up this and give ourselves, because we can't go back in the past. And it might have been the past relationships that have hurt you. We can't go back in the past and change it. It's already been, it's already done. But what we can do is we can convince our heart that it's not going to happen again. And if it does, we've got the tools to move through it. So some fear-based energy with the moon coming in here. Again, it might be secrets that have been revealed in Mercury retrograde. What else do we have? Third card is wish fulfillment. Beautiful. Your wish is coming true. Emotional wish. A very internal wish. Very private. Cancer is a very private energy. But this is the wish fulfillment. Emotionally. Number 9, completions. It might have been through adversity, loss, sorrow, but it brought you to an emotional understanding of yourself. Let's get into the moon deck. 3 cards now from my Moonology deck. Remember, the Cancer energy is ruled by the moon. Highly intuitive. Let's see what the moon... Oh, 2 wanted to flip over there. Nothing is yet set in stone, and a win-win outcome is forecast. Fantastic. I'll pull a 3rd. Okay, no, I won't. 2 wanted to come out. Bottom of the deck, look at the bigger picture. There's something you need to go to a higher perspective of through this Cancer energy in Mercury, going back over the past, and also with the new moon. The end of a tough cycle approaches. There's that Capricorn energy. So the full moon in Capricorn we had 2 weeks ago, and then it follows on into the new moon in Cancer. The last 2 weeks, this was coming to a head. This was showing you something that needed fixing, needed rewiring, revisiting, reworking, releasing. Capricorn energy is that father archetype. It is the masculine energy, although it's an earth sign, which naturally it's feminine, but I associate the opposite sign of Cancer, Capricorn, being a masculine energy for me. So this is that diligent worker, the doer, provider, protector. Capricorn in mythology, well, Saturn in mythology, he had a wound of the fear of being overthrown by his children. And this is where we've had to heal some old wounds that might have been passed down, some old fears that have been passed down through the generations. And it was down to you to heal, to release, to end the karmic energy. Saturn is a very karmic cycle. And we're approaching the nodes shifting on the 26th of July. And that is karmic. It's fate and destiny. So we're in big energy. Be bold and make the first move. I feel like you've got a choice how you move forward with this, but it's asking you to release the old cycle, because the win-win outcome is forecast. And as long as you're nourishing your body, knowing that you are speaking from your heart and not your maybe triggered mind, your old ego that wants to keep you safe. Whilst Jupiter was going in Cancer the last year, you've figured out something, you've healed something in Cancer energy. Now it's in Leo, it's the big-hearted lion. But if that lion has been guarded its heart, it's a reactive lion. It is a ego lion. It's the fierce fire, anger, words spoken, Mercury retrograde. This could be a wounded self, and it might not even have anything to do with you. It's just an old wound within a particular situation, a particular person that is you're triggering them. So this is a win-win outcome forecast. So something might look a little bit chaotic, or if it has, there's something that we're healing, or we have an opportunity to. Remember, we always have a choice. Some people are not here to heal, and that's okay. But when you look at it and you look at it from a higher perspective, seeing it from a higher perspective, you've healed a massive wound and you've ended a cycle. And it's down to you at this point. Nothing is yet set in stone. Again, it's the tides. Now, the moon rules the oceans, the tides. And I feel in this eclipse energy that we're coming into in, I think it's July and end of July and August, it's in the sign of Leo. And that's going to show you some wounds that need to be released to do with our self-preservation, our protection, where we're trying to protect our heart. But for now, with this energy, I feel like it's building up to that eclipse energy. Right, let me get into the inner child. Let's just see how many we can pull on here. Maybe let's go for 3. Keep it nice. Number 3. Although more came out with the moon cards. But my intention was there. What do we have? Inner child. Full moon in Cancer. If you're liking this, guys, hit that subscribe button. Let people know that I'm here. Inner child. What do we have? Inner child. Review your responsibility. So for some of you, it's that responsibility. Where do you feel that you have to take responsibility for people's healing, people's lives? Where have you been a responsible carer? Where's it been heavy? This is saying not all responsibilities are ours to hold. So there might be some kind of dynamics here in family, especially if you're in a caring environment, where there might have been some conflict to do with caring, responsibilities. That could be for some of you. But remember, these wounds that we've come in, we've got to look at our own. We've got to heal ourselves first. And the responsibility of others, I'm getting the mother and child dynamic, where the mother feels responsible for the child's healing, growth. And this is where, yes, most certainly as a young child, but when they get older, we've got to allow them to make their own decisions, choices. And look at where there's any kind of codependency. It's a big one coming in. What else do we have? Let love guide you. And this is love. Speak your truth from your heart, not from the reactive, defensive Leo lion energy. Choose to see the good in the world today. go into the higher understanding. Is your irrational mind taken over your rational heart? Is this an old fear where I'm reacting from, behaving from, fearing it coming around again? Let love guide you. Write a letter to your inner child. This is beautiful. Write a letter to your inner child. In fact, I'm going to finish on that one, and I'm going to go to the book and let's have a look. Write a letter, number 37. So that number might be relevant to some of you. Number 10, so it adds up to 10, completion. Write a letter. What would you tell your little inner child? What you know now? Let's have a look. Write a letter. Along this healing journey, it can be helpful to write letters to your inner child. Powerful emotions can be released and expressed through letter writing, either to your inner child or as your inner child. If you have pulled this card, it's time to write a letter and listen to your intuition. If you are writing a letter to your inner child, take time today to cherish who you were as a child. Before you begin to write your letter, write down all of the beautiful things about who you were then. If this is a hard practice for you, write down objectives, the things that are beautiful about all children, like laughter, playfulness. Now, Jupiter in Leo is about play. Jupiter is the child. Where have we blocked our inner child's play, fun? Because life become too serious. Life has become too fearful, too chaotic, too many responsibilities. I'm going back to the book now. Once you have done this, write a letter to your inner child telling them just how much you love them, how much you cherish them, and how much you adore them. If there are specific things that your inner child needs to hear, like that they are worthy, or special, or forgiven, or they are safe, now is the time to tell them. If you are writing a letter to your inner child, take time to remember what it felt like to be a child. Reflecting on the memories you have given your inner child permission that they need to speak out, their sensitive side. Cancer is that sensitive child, where you've been hushed, shushed. And that is a cultural thing as well. I mean, I grew up in that analogy that children should be seen and not heard. So you're silenced. Your emotions are silenced because they're weak. Your sensitive side is weak. I'm going back to the book. There might be certain people that your inner child wishes to write to, including your present self. It's good to practice non-judgment and acceptance as your inner child speaks. There might be surprising or unwanted statements that come through this process, but know that these statements are in no way a reflection of your worth or the worth of others in your life. This is merely a process of healing. Once you have finished writing your letter, it can be quite cathartic, particularly if your letter includes heavy or sad elements. You may want to shred it, burn it. And this is all about how you receive. How does your inner child feel after receiving or writing this letter? Do they now feel seen or heard or known? Now, of course, don't do this if you're not ready to do it, guys. I am no way, shape or form in a profession that can guide you on this, mentally, emotionally. So only if you feel drawn to do so and you've worked with your inner child before, please give it a go. But in Cancer season, a lot of these inner child wounds can come up, and we have the power to release and heal and give ourselves some nurture. Okay, guys, hope that helped. Take care.